Well, hello folks, and welcome back to Rimworld. It has been quite a while since I last bothered to actually record anything for YouTube and not just lazily stream on Twitch. And this is one hell of a way to come back to the game, honestly, and knock the dust off. We have Sebastian here, an escape pod who has crashed to the ground and is being rescued currently by Finch. We also have a refugee that has been chased here. A medieval lord named Bathsheba Dumbass calls from nearby. She's being chased by lost soldiers from the 8th Infantry Division. Begs for safety, 30 years old. She can't do dumb labor or skilled labor. What are you even good for? She's abrasive, she's a fast learner, she's good at shooting, melee, and major boost to her social abilities. She would make a good warden, at the very least, maybe. I think we're gonna offer her safety. She even arrives No, she's not totally naked. She's got an armored vault jumpsuit. Maybe? Or she's just wearing synth thread shoulder pads? I don't know what's going on. Anyways, this is where she came from. If she's quick enough, she'll be able to make it. Where are you going, Nylon? Wondering. If she's quick enough, she'll be able to make it before the 8th Infantry Division gets here. I've got to, like, relearn the map, the base, and everything. How is our food situation? That was one of the main reasons I took a break for so long from the game. Our food situation had gone south. And then I went out hunting for what seemed like hours. Night stalkers, rats, capybaras, tortoises. Harvested tons of potatoes. Can't actually do anything with these larvae. Rather unfortunately. I don't think we could butcher them for food or anything like that. So they're just gonna have to sit there and go to waste. I'm surprised we couldn't get strange meat from them. Oh my god, that is a lot of guys. And that one is riding a war elephant. Well, it had been quite some time since we had last been raided, and this is a very large group. A group of lost soldiers from the 8th Infantry Division have arrived. Mother of Fel, grandniece of Nylon, cousin of Skeeto. Wonderful. Great-granddaughter of Gekromancer, jeez. Also, the guy we rescued up here, Finch, is carrying Sebastian. Apparently you are Stock's grandfather. Well, hello. Welcome to the colony. I'm gonna wait just a moment and then we'll recruit our people and send them to their battle positions. I want them to have to spend as little time as possible. Where are you going, Nylon? Oh my god, you're gonna die. You're antisocial. You've had a fuck snap. That's why you're wandering out there. I thought you just had free time. Why did you have a snap? Mental state antisocial. Well, of course you're gonna be extremely hot. Who knows? Colonists around here, even with as good as things have been for them, honestly, still find reason to fuck snap every once in a while. And I need everybody out here. I don't know. I think we're gonna get attacked from both sides. Bathsheba. I don't even think I've got a weapon for you that you could grab. A shiv. We could put you on the 50 cal. Okay. So we've got the majority of them are coming from the south. Charlotte and Mia are gonna go up here. They got distracted by our wooden fences. I wonder if I should build a bunch of wooden fences just scattered all around. Throw the enemies off. Well, Sebastian, maybe if you're lucky, you'll survive here. So the majority are coming from this way. 50 cal will be able to get an angle on them here. Trying to figure out. So if the enemies make it to like right here, I can keep people lined up through here. GoldenEye, I am terribly sorry that you don't have a weapon apparently either. Stock with your little pistol. Unfortunately, we found out at some point that these fences can be shot through both ways. So I can't actually cheesily use them. So again, I was told, oh, Nylon, you are already getting shot. Makes me a little bit sad. I didn't want to lose somebody coming straight back, but it's what you get for being antisocial and having a fuck snap. You get filled with holes. You're gonna die in 8.9 hours. Provided nobody comes over there and clubs your skull in. Nylon has stopped being antisocial. Is that all it takes? Shooting you in your torso, your left arm, first rib, left leg, left tibia. Tons of blood loss. They've decided to kidnap who they can and leave, so they grab Nylon. Really? We were planning for an actual full-scale assault here. No one cares, Bathsheba. But you don't want to be a nudist. They're not gonna get close enough, are they? You're gonna try. You shot my fucking goose? You assholes! Its tail's been shot off. You shot off my little goose tail. Well, Nylon, I don't know if we're gonna be able to ever get you back. Everybody can stand down. Go back to doing whatever it is you do. Try to recover some of the supplies out there. So, soldiers from the 8th Infantry Division. Which one specifically? Like, is that actually 8th Infantry Division? I want to see if they are on the world map anywhere close by. It's possible that at some point we could maybe send a raiding party to get you back. That's us. 8th Infantry Division, all the way out there in the mountains. The Kisora rebels want them wiped out. That's a 5.2 day journey, though. Okay. If we go, it wouldn't be anytime soon. It's still 129 degrees outside. 5 o'clock in the afternoon. That heat, I don't believe, is enough to kill people. Maybe it is. Heat stroke? I guess it is. I would have assumed by now that we would be used to this amount of heat. Our bodies surely would have adapted to it, right? Let's see, Bathsheba. It's good that you finally decided to put your clothes on. At least go grab some armored vault jumpsuit. Not sure why you were streaking across the wilderness with it in your hands. Maybe she was naked when she ran out and she grabbed a jumpsuit on the way and never had time to stop and put it on. Take me back to this colonist. I don't care about anything else. What happened to you, GoldenEye? I think GoldenEye got struck by lightning. Left hand is burned. Left arm, right arm is burned. Stop, drop, and roll. The game's like, oh, you wanted to take a month-and-a-half break, huh? Let me just spice things up finally. You were bitching for so long about having nothing going on because people are doing nothing but starving. Or that's all that was going on for a while, was just food shortages. Now we've got medical supply shortages. What am I even researching right now? Packaged survival meals. I don't know if that is the best choice. Then we go to electric smelting. I'm curious what happened. I know that at one point I had completely screwed up my indoor plant growing. Hydroponics. Like this hydroponics here shows you 2 trays. It says enables construction of UV hydroponics, and then this one enables construction of just hydroponics. However, what I found out is I think you also need to research LED technology, which also gives you UV hydroponics, which is what I actually have to have inside instead of the other hydroponics tables that I had set up. So UV hydroponics, 65 steel, 8 silver, and 1 component. If I'm not mistaken, components are still the thing I have a shortage of the most. I was like, my components had better not be outside. Occasionally we get components from the quarry. We get silver, we've gotten some uranium from it, which is nice. Some gold, some steel. If we survive for a long time, we will get a use for that uranium. And yeah, we've got 2 components, so I could build 2 UV backed trays, which I think I need to do. High power array. I really need the option to be able to grow food. 24/7, basically. I could put them here. I'd have to remove this table. That would be room for 2 trays. Eventually, this building is going to become a compound of nothing but food and stuff. I don't know where we'll build transfer all of these other rooms to. One. Could just run hydroponics up and down this side here eventually. Move all this out. I love planning for the future whenever there's no telling if we'll even survive long enough. Could run them also up and down these hallways that are very rarely used. People only go up and down them to get into their bedrooms, which means they don't really need to be 2 tiles wide. There's very rarely traffic. 1, 2. You know, I could put 3 here. I guess I'll go with my first plans whenever I set the non-UV ones up. Just jam them in here. It's still pretty close to the kitchen area. I mean, ideally later on I'll find a way to maybe move these to the outside wall, expand this. I don't know. GoldenEye, are you gonna make it? Down to 7 medical supplies. You've been treated. You're 69 years old. I found out that age... Wait, Sebastian, come back. I found out that age does have a significant effect on people's healing abilities, which I think I had assumed. But I remember while doing some research on the plague, seeing a chart for that type of stuff. And Bathsheba, let's see, who are you gonna be? You can be the illustrious whoever. This is Looney Lloyd. I think that works. Bathsheba Looney Lloyd Dumas. Or dumbass. Dumas. Duhastamish. What else do I want to look at? And that little bit of excitement in the beginning I wasn't planning on. Figured we'd come back, rescue Sebastian, get my bearings on the colony once more. I'm kind of glad that they actually turned tail and ran away. Save me the hassle of losing even more colonists. Sorry, Nylon. Someday we'll get you back, perhaps. For now, though, you're gonna go be a slave of some type to them. I don't even know. I don't remember exactly what you were good at. Let's go over everybody's skills one more time. Saldownik, you are a jack of all trades. Decent at cooking, construction, medicine, social, and shooting. Fail. Not quite a sharpshooter yet, but you're getting there, and you're great at construction. Also do a little bit of backup research from time to time. Hintelin is our dedicated researcher. That is his chair. Nobody else really gets a chance to sit in it. Finch, pretty good at shooting as well. Also, you got a green thumb, and you're part dwarf. You love digging through the stone. Skeeto, part dwarf. Not bad social, quite artistic. Also a little bit of a green thumb. Metal Slime, you might be our best marksman. Skill of 15, you don't focus on much of anything else though. Occasionally you build things when you're not out hunting and spilling blood. Gekromancer, good at building, good at crafting. Burton, maybe you are our primary researcher. I have a feeling though you do other things as well. You are slowly losing that experience. You've got a passion for crafting and artistry and clubbing things to death. But you probably don't get to do that often. Dan, quite social. I wish you had more time to dedicate to being artistic, but that doesn't get to happen, unfortunately. Goldeneye, you were stripped naked or showering or something, bloody all over still. You are full dwarf, and you love to cook. Should probably also get you focused on construction every once in a while. Stock, you are the resident animal tamer. Also construction. Pretty much everybody has construction if they can gain skill in it. And Looney Lloyd. Good at shooting, melee, and social, but pretty much nothing else. Wow. The only thing I could really have you do is practice art. And I don't have an art room set up. The guest bedroom's just so jam-packed over there. We haven't had guests come along since I set this room up, though. It's 93 degrees inside. Not really that cool. But at least you won't get heat stroke and die in it. Another peaceful day approaches. The aurora, they generally flicker overhead for less than an hour before they end. They show up every 7 days, right as the sun is starting to rise, and then they're gone. Pretty much no one even ever gets a chance to look at them. I fill their hearts with joy for just a moment. Anyways, it's the 10th of September. This colony has been going on for 98 days currently. It's not too bad. I'm gonna let the colonists go ahead and get back to it. And it's good to be back to it. Maybe we can actually get something done. Well, hello gang, and welcome back. It's the 12th of September, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And after that last raid where Nylon was kidnapped, it's been fairly quiet. There have been just a couple of things going on around the colony so far. We have finished 2 of the UV hydroponics trays and are going to pretty much just be growing heel root in them, at least until we get a good stockpile of herbal medicine, whatever this stuff is called. Yeah, we've got 22 right now, which isn't terrible, but one firefight could easily deplete what we've got in just one round of treatment. There's also a heat wave going on, which is unfortunate because I was going to send out a group to rescue Patty, the scientist. They contacted us on the radio asking for help. They're not too terribly far away. I think like a 3-day journey there or something. 2.2 days there. So roughly 5 to 6 days there and back. Not really going to be able to do that with the heat wave going on. We have finished researching packaged survival meals, which means we can actually go out on journeys now and not have to worry about starving. And we've finished researching electric smelting. Our technology research is advancing at a very rapid pace, which is quite nice. Also, already have a total of 27 packaged meals made. Capybara meat, blubbery meat, and potatoes. Not the most delicious packaged survival meals in the world, but it's better than taking dried jerky, or God forbid even Vegemush or hobo stew out into the trails with us. This will enable us to actually go do some things. The only thing I have to worry about is the heat now. And that is hopefully going to be dealt with by some of the tailoring that we are doing. We've got different types of pants being made, t-shirts, various hats are being crafted by Gekromancer. There's also these desert robes that should allow us to withstand additional heat. So we'll get people set up with this, with some of this stuff. I may need to do a little bit more research and find exactly what clothing is going to help us survive the heat. But we should be able to get at least a small group of 2 to 3 people set up that can go out and do diplomacy or go rescue people without having to, you know, return within 6 hours or die from heat stroke. The radius that we can explore is not very good right now. Have not been able to use the machining table, except for disassembling mechanoids. But apparently I haven't even done. I've seen 67% of its body parts. I can't remember exactly how those things died. I'm going to assume it was the Browning machine gun up there. Our mine is still producing. Got a good amount of steel now. Mosquito has been poisoned by tea somehow. Still don't have any components, unfortunately. Getting components from the quarry is quite rare. We are currently researching mechanoid bionics. This will allow us to create things like bionic legs, arms, and eyeballs. Probably not anytime soon, since I doubt we'll have the resources for it. But it is there, and we will also be learning how to create the multi-analyzer. But what I need is component assembly. That's why I'm researching the multi-analyzer. That's right. So we'll have to research the multi-analyzer, and then actually build one, which I believe takes like 8 components or something silly like that. But then with component assembly, we can actually make components out of steel, I believe. That is the current goal that we are working towards. And unless something significant happens, like another big raid or something like that, it's probably going to approach fairly quickly. I'm going to say it's the 12th of September now, but we're really just shacked up inside here. Everybody is getting along peacefully. There's surprisingly no one who really hates each other. They don't fight, which is kind of strange. Let's see. Hintolin, you're not a big fan of your ex-wife, who's not important. Don't think she's anywhere around here. Fell doesn't have any enemies. Finch doesn't really have any enemies. Hintolin has been inspired. It's gonna research 2.5 times faster. That's pretty significant. I'm hoping that that applies to researching. So Skeeto, you're not a big fan of Dan. Pretty much all of your conversations have ended poorly. You both enjoyed chatting about your solitude. And that's really it. You two don't get along that well, but it hasn't come to blows or fisticuffs. Metal Slime's not a big fan of Goldeneye. It's actually your rival. Why is that? Oh, teetotaler versus an addict. So you two simply disagree about drugs. Or alcohol, at least. Same with you and Hintolin. Same with you and Dan. Oh well. You guys, aren't that, hateful towards each other yet. And other than that, everybody else gets along. I'm really shocked. I do try to give them as much free time as possible while still ensuring that the colony can function. And Looney, why do you keep, like, stripping your clothes off? You've got shoulder pads, pants, and a bandit scarf on. Okay. I mean, we've got t-shirts, don't we? No, we should soon. Hintolin is just not very good at making t-shirts. Can't talk anymore. We've got... I'm producing lots of different types of hats, one of each. That way people can have their own unique hat. And can stand out whenever we look at them. Did I see components? I did see components. 2 components were just pulled out of the rock quarry. Got 2 more desert robes to be made, and 3 more pants. Hintolin, you really gotta pick up the pace, buddy. I'm sure that he continues to get distracted researching or something. Which kind of sucks. Capybara died from blood loss. Let me guess. Yep, somebody was hunting you and then just left you to bleed out. I'm going to assume that that was Looney. Looney Lloyd here. Who's pretty much the only person who is actually hunting, since that's all they can do. Metal Slime was our primary hunter, but is now pretty sure spending time cooking. I don't want potato plants in there. This is going to be heal root as well. We can now build... Wait, I didn't even bother to check. It takes 100 watts to power. It's actually not too much. The machining table takes 350. That's why I've got that, like, powered off right now. Refrigerators take 40. Electric stoves, 350. Those 2 stoves right there are our biggest drain of power. Hell, the lights only take 10. Can have 35 lights for every stove. And I'm pretty sure this colony doesn't have 35 lights. Maybe close. We will have another solar generator on the way. Get one more component dug up out of the ground. Oh man. Everybody has tattered apparel on. It's one of the reasons why I'm trying to pump out just some basic clothing. T-shirts, pants, and a robe. And a random hat. People can start getting rid of the raggedy-ass clothing they've been wearing for over a year. I'm also thinking, if these are going to grow quick enough, like this one's already 47% grown, so it takes, how many days to grow? 6.5 days to fully grow, but that is if it has 100% growth rate. So we should be able to grow at least 4 hill roots per thing every 3 days or so, roughly, if it's going to grow at 200%. means I can probably switch these plots over to something else. I don't really know if anything else will grow quick out here, but where is it? I want that to be bamboo. This is cotton. Look, game. I don't want to select every single one. I'm not gonna have a complete monoculture here just yet. We've got bamboo. We've got cotton. I could probably do with some more, like a full-fledged tobacco run. Got tea there. Actually, I've already got, so this would be double. This would be 2 runs of tobacco, which I apparently need because we've only got 1 cigarette left. People are really going to start fuck snapping. I've got enough hops now also. Let's turn that into wort. Let's start making some beer. Do that forever. Hopefully nobody stays in here long enough to get frostbite. I'll have to keep an eye on them. Start producing beer. Trying to think if there's anything else I need to change here before they start planting tobacco full speed. Probably not. Goodbye, Hill Roots. You did us a little bit of good, I guess. But this is the future of plant growth in this colony. We will probably eventually seal this area up and start turning it into actual rooms, now that I think about it. We'll leave maybe this chunk of potatoes down here. As soon as I get to the point where I can make components, these gardens are going away. I think that's the design plan for the future. Forget coming down here and digging a bunch of this stuff out, or building rooms up here and sealing this off. I think this is a much better idea. Could bring a wall up through here. Yep. It's all starting to come together. And it all hinges, like usual, on this damn piece of technology. This lone resource that is so freaking difficult to get in any quantity. This is what will... Being able to create these is what will allow us to fortify our base even more. End up with like 6 of these Browning machine guns up here. Forget rifles and bows and handheld machine guns. An entire line of these is where it's at, I think. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more here. Can put some down here, or hell, maybe even some back here. In fact, that's not a terrible idea. Could have a machine gun nest on the other side of these walls that we can still shoot through. I mean, granted, they'll be able to shoot back at us, but it would, at the very least, keep their meleeers somewhat at range until they burst through the fence, which, with 60 hit points, wouldn't take any time at all. But it's all going to come down to components. It's the 13th of September, 10 o'clock in the morning. We have a heat wave going on outside, but we are making plans for the future. For the first time in a long time, it's not all just about survival. We're reaching the point where I think we can expand and at least grow a little bit. Maybe get some clothes for these colonists.